The course of history has changed as we enter a new dark world in Dragon Ball Super, as future Trunks finally returns only to bear a horrifying message of a dark new enemy who has appeared, seemingly blood-hungry and out for destruction, as future Trunks desperately makes his way back into the past in hopes to seek the help of our Dragon Ball heroes. Welcome, Dragon Ball fans, to my official Dragon Ball Super Episode 47 review and breakdown entitled SOS from the Future. A new black enemy appears, leading into next week's exciting episode of Episode 48 in what was the darkest episode we've gotten in Dragon Ball Super thus far, with a burning new world, a powerful dark enemy, and a desperate hero with all to lose and seemingly nothing to gain. Now, before I go any further in this review, guys, a fair warning that this video will contain loads of spoilers, so if you don't want anything ruined for you, if you don't want anything spoiled for you, simply fast forward the video, go watch the episode for yourself, come back so we can talk more Dragon Ball Super. Don't cry in the comments about being spoiled by the thumbnail or any of that, because nothing is being said or shown that you guys don't already know. Be sure to also check out the description down below, guys, for more goodies, updates, and contact information so we can talk more Dragon Ball Super. And with that being said, let's begin. The translations to this episode, in case you guys are wondering how I was able to pick up on the dialogue prior to the subs coming out, was translated by none other than Herms98 on Twitter. As always, he provides us with the translations for Dragon Ball Super first, so thank you so much, sir, for that. The subs will be out tomorrow morning, and at long last, future Trunks is back, and everything is far worse than what was during the android takeover that ruined his timeline before, and I mean everything is gone, and we can clearly see that right off the get-go because the episode starts off with complete destruction and annihilation. Trunks is running away from this supposed black enemy, and he's trying to take cover, but in fact, this evil enemy is able to pick up on Trunks' ki, in which case we see shortly after once Trunks reemerges and reintroduces himself with future Bulma, and future Bulma was telling, future Trunks about, the fuel that she's making, and she tells her son, she tells future Trunks that he is the last hope that both the past and the present have in concerns about this evil enemy, because virtually what this evil enemy is doing is destroying all life on Earth. Literally, like there's just chaos and death everywhere. So, Trunks has a moment with his mom until the very corner of the rooftop exploded, in which case Black Goku was able to find out where Trunks was, and that's when things got really serious. Guys, I called it last week, I called it the week before that. This show needed a structural basis in order to solidify itself, and they did just that. It has been confirmed that future Bulma was killed by Black Goku. It was a pretty devastating death too, because the way Black Goku had her by the throat, and Trunks was gonna take action, but his mom was like, no, leave now. I mean, pretty much, like, he had no other, like, he didn't have an ultimatum here. It was either run and escape into the past, or just die and watch his mom die alongside with him. So he had to take the ultimate sacrifice and make the ultimate sacrifice by leaving his mom behind, in which case Goku, what he did, evil Goku of course, he blew up the entire factory. He blew up the entire, I guess you could say, area, because Bulma died within that explosion. So she died a horrific death, and we see Trunks running away. He's crying. So put yourself in Trunks' shoes, guys. Imagine witnessing your mother, the last person you have in this world, die off via this black entity, this evil demonic Goku, in which case we see him towards the very end as he saw Trunks for the very first time, or at least that's what we think, because towards the end he had a very awesome line to tell him before the episode cut. But we see Trunks running away, and we pan on over to the present, which was the past, and we see Goku and everyone, like, they're picking lettuce, they're picking cabbage off the floor, or off the ground, actually, they're farming, and Chi-Chi's there. She's telling Goku, listen, you need to work more and stuff, but Goku wants to train, and Goku's trying to figure out, like, where Vegeta is, because he wants to definitely train, but in fact, Vegeta was training with Whis. So all my Vegeta fans rejoice, because finally Vegeta is getting some one-on-one time, not with Beerus, but with Whis, someone who's stronger than Beerus. So that just goes to show that Vegeta will gradually get stronger, and Whis actually told Vegeta, listen, you need to up it up, you're losing focus here, and that's when Vegeta upped it up. He became a Super Saiyan God, or a Super Saiyan Blue, and right as we were about to see Whis versus Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, we see Goku, he finally found out where Vegeta was, because he located his ki. He finally got right in front of Vegeta, and Vegeta, like, headbutted him because he was charging Whis, and Vegeta's like, what the hell are you doing? And Beerus pretty much cut in, and he was like, yeah, what are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here, whatever. And that's when Goku was like, well, I brought you a souvenir, here's some lettuce, and they were pretty much talking about, training purposes and whatnot, and that's when we see them make food. So they were all, like, pretty much chilling down, and they were talking about Zeno, or Zeno, however it is you want to call him, the overseer of all 12 universes. Now, this is a pretty fun fact here. Now, fun fact number one, there used to be 18 universes. Yes, 18, but in fact, Zeno ended up destroying 6 of them. So that's how powerful he is. It was confirmed by Whis and Beerus that Zeno is the strongest character thus far. Why? It is because he's able to destroy entire multiverses. And in fact, the mind-boggling fact about Zeno is he's the strongest one within Dragon Ball, but he does not fight. So he is pretty much the alpha, the omega, the beginning and the end, and if he wanted to, he could wipe out, you know, 11 universes and only leave one. In fact, as we saw and as we pretty much, you know, had confirmed by Whis and Beerus, there used to be 18 universes, but in fact, he ended up wiping out 6. So now there's only 12 universes left, which is still pretty cool nonetheless, because that's how powerful he is. Whether or not he will be seen in action is quite unknown. We do know that the Omni tournament is coming, but needless to say, they were talking about Xeno, and because Goku brought it up, Goku was like, you know, so why'd you bow to Xeno like that? And he didn't want to answer. Beerus is pretty much being, you know, a hard ass. He didn't want to, you know, just take up on Goku's questions and whatnot. And then we pan back into the future where we get to see Trunks reunite with Mai, and it was a very, very grim scenario. I mean, these people don't even have food to eat. If you pay attention to the episode, you know, the only thing they had left to eat was dog food. And guess what? I mean, Mai was forced to eat dog food because there is no other alternatives left. There is no food. There's barely any water. We get to see Trunks drinking water, but in fact, as he was gonna eat the food himself, we saw like this little black cat. It came by, and Trunks felt bad, you know, being a humanitarian and just saving animals and whatnot, you know, animal rights. He gave the animals some, you know, some food, and the other portion, the other half of the portion of the food that was left, he gave it to Mai. So Trunks didn't have any food. He was dehydrated. He was starving. He was completely emotionally damaged because he just witnessed his mom dying. So I mean, a complete desperate scenario here. I mean, tough times, right, as they say. So we get to see like they're low on water, they're low on food, and Mai is telling Trunks, I'm gonna stick by you to the very end. And Trunks was very like, he was on edge about it because again, like, there's nobody left, and he was reminiscing about, you know, when he was in the past before, when Cell was around, and we get to see like these flashback images of you know, Perfect Cell and Gohan and Trunks when he was there with the androids. Pretty cool stuff there. But they needed to go back to Capsule Corp in order to get to the time machine and flee, because they knew they were running out of time. And he told her that, you know, this black enemy was able to locate his key. How, we don't know, but he's able to track it down. And they started to move out, and as they're moving away, as they're running around trying to get away from this black enemy, they're constantly just looking up in the sky. They're trying to find out where he is. They're trying to see if they can avoid him. It was pretty scary, guys. I mean, that's almost as if like you're trying to avoid, you know, an assassin or something. I mean, this person was after them, and then finally, once they get to Capsule Corp, you know, Trunks was saying that he needed to get to the time machine quick, and that's when we see a giant black hole in the sky. Something was coming down, and Trunks knew right off the bat that there was no escape. I mean, this dude had already found him, so right now it's a kill or be killed scenario, and Trunks had to fight, in which case he did. He pretty much tried to tell Mai to go, but she stood back, obviously, and Trunks tried to fight off this black enemy, and this black enemy made quick ease of, you know, complete ease of Trunks. He knocked him down. You know, his sword flew up in the air. We don't know what happened to that, and that's when Trunks got knocked down. Mai actually tried to distract Black Goku. She tried to even fight him off, even though we didn't really see Black Goku just yet. She fires off the shotgun, and then right there, guys, that's when Black Goku killed Mai. He unleashed this ki beam, in which case, you know, this energy blast went right for her. A huge explosion, huge explosion. Mai went down, and that's when Trunks was heartbroken. At that very moment, Trunks realized that he was completely alone, because not only did he lose his mom, but he also lost Mai. So Mai was introduced in this episode, and now, as quickly as she came, now she is completely gone, and it just solidifies, you know, Black Goku even more for being this juggernaut of an enemy. And we get to see in the background, Capsule Corp was like on the verge of crumbling because it was completely destroyed. The entire city was just getting rampaged by this Black Goku. And then from the ashes, from the infernos behind the flames, we get to see Black Goku emerge. And right towards the very end, guys, right towards the very end before this episode cut off, Black Goku looked at Trunks and he said, "Today is the day where you will die, Saiyan." He said Saiyan. Keep that in mind, guys. He said Saiyan. Why would Goku, or Black Goku, who is a Saiyan, refer to Trunks as a Saiyan? You know what I'm saying here? So something's up here. Even in the intro, we get to see like this greenish black Kaioshin. Could this be a Kaioshin? We don't know. Could this evil entity be controlling this Dark Goku? It could be a possibility, because that right there, the second, you know, he referenced and he mentioned, "Today is the day you will die, Saiyan," that's when it clicked to me. I was like, wait a minute, wait a minute, a Saiyan would not refer to another Saiyan as a Saiyan, they would refer to them as something else, but in fact he called him a Saiyan. So is he being possessed? Is he being controlled? Is there a parasitic organism inside of his body? Is he being mind controlled? We don't know. Or I mean, he could have a complete despise of his own race, just as we saw with many other characters, but nevertheless, this Black Goku showed up at the very end, black gi, black long sleeve shirt. It was pretty crazy, red belt, and of course he had one Potara earring on his ear. Where is the other Potara earring? We don't know. Is he looking to fuse with somebody? Is he looking to completely destroy the entire future, in which case that's what he was trying to do? But the ultimate goal here was hunting Trunks, and then right then and there he hunted Trunks, and then we pan over to the episode of next week, in which case it was incredibly awesome, because in next week's episode, we will get to see Little Trunks encounter Big Trunks for the very first time, because if you guys remember back in Dragon Ball Z, Little Trunks was only a baby when older Trunks was around, and now for the very first time, Kid Trunks is going to meet his, his future self, in which case it's going to be completely awesome, because Goku and Vegeta are there, they're wondering what's going on, and of course we get to see Trunks like he's in like this medical bed, Bulma's catering to him. She finds the time machine. It's the exact same time machine, mind you, because it had the letters Hope on it, which was pretty crazy. So I'm pretty sure they're going to start asking him a lot of questions, in which case we get to see Black Goku towards the end of the preview. He was looking around. I guess he was trying to find out where he essentially escaped, because right towards the very end, Black Goku was up in the sky, and it looked like he was charging up his ki, but at the same time he looked like he was looking around. So what I'm taking as here, I think that he was looking for Trunks, but he didn't really know that he escaped. Whether or not he knows is unknown as of this point, but we get to see towards the very end, Trunks is there in a medical bed. He's with his mom. Goku and Vegeta are very baffled as to what the hell happened. Why is he here? We don't know. And Trunks, we get to see little Trunks. He was looking upon his future self, and he was just mesmerized, and I think that next week's episode is going to build up to something that's going to lead into episode 49, in which case I will talk more of that in my predictions video with Geekless TV coming up in about an hour or so. Incredibly awesome episode, guys. I mean, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. The level of destruction and death, and the way they told this episode, the way they played off this entire episode was absolutely amazing. I mean, anybody out there who had doubted Dragon Ball Super thus far, I mean, I think that this is something that people need to look back on and just say, wow, we were wrong, because now we get to see everything unfold before our very eyes. So I think in the coming episodes, Black Goku's going to reemerge. He's going to show up, and as we all thought, it's not the actual Goku being taken over. It's a separate being. So in fact, prepare yourselves, guys, for a Goku versus Goku battle. Things are heating up. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching once again. If you guys are hyped about this episode, if you guys love this episode just as much as I can't even speak, just as much as I did, smash that like button. I'm gonna go watch the episode again right now. If you guys want to watch the episode yourself, AnimeRush.tv, Kiss Anime, they have it there. So once again, guys, thank you all for watching. Tune in for the predictions video, and I'll be seeing you all later. Take it easy, guys. Peace.